Today I'm going to play 2-minute games with no increment on the Lichess platform until I lose. All right, let's go. He plays e4, I'll play knight f6, he plays knight c3, d5, I attack e4, he pushes, and I will go back to g8 to get my bishop out, play e6 and play a sort of Caro-Kann or French defense, having taken out my bishop. If I play queen b5, I have queen d7, knight c6. He's playing very fast now, and here he attacks c5 and he attacks b7. I'm going to offer the queen's exchange, take. He takes, I take back. e5 is still in danger for him. I'm going to play king g6. He threatens. That's a very annoying move. He's threatening a lot of things. If I play rook c8, I'm going to get the fork on d6. If I play king d7, he's still going to come to d6. Unfortunately, I can't defend everything here. I play king d7. He's going to come to d6. He'll attack f7, but I could play maybe f6. That's what I'm going to do. He's also attacking b7, but well, I can't defend everything. And now he wants to take on c5 with check. So I'm going to play knight g6. I attack e5 and defend c5. Maybe his knight is going to have trouble getting back home. He's going to have to give me back the pawn, maybe. There, he gives me back the pawn. And I have a centralized king in the endgame. Listen, that's a good thing. So I'm going to play c4 to back with the b2 pawn. So he plays rook here facing my king. I'm going to play rook to b8. He'll want me to play knight d2 to take on c4. No, he plays knight there. I'll exchange at this moment and push his opponent's rook further back. My knight isn't well placed enough. I need to find better squares. Try to get back into the game on the white squares, because he has a dark squared bishop, so I have to play on the white squares. You see, I was right to play. c4, it bothers him. He's really annoyed to have a backward pawn, because now I can capture en passant. He comes, he attacks. He attacks, I'll play rook f5 to defend laterally, but he can play c4, but I counter push with d4. Yeah. I'm going to play rook c8. Rook c4, I'm going to try to fix it a little bit. Okay, I'm really going to just get out of this pin anyway. And after that, that's it. He released the pressure on d5. He's going to attack e5. But I'm attacking. A 3 and c3 too. So I'm going to take c3. I hadn't seen it, but I'm defending. He comes here, knight e2, check. I'm going to try to simplify the position. And he just resigned, because here I was actually winning the piece. But he could have continued. He had more time, but here it was easy for me because I was winning the piece. Behind the a3 pawn, I have the passed pawn, the centralized king, the other passed pawn on d4. That's quite a lot. All right, I'm playing against a 2200 rated player. I'm going to play my Caro-Kann against him. Knight to c6, I'm attacking d4. I bring out my bishop to pin before playing e6. My bishop on d6 and my knight on e7. There we go, I've got the right setup. He plays queen b3, he's attacking b7. I'll play queen c7 to also defend against the e5. Now he's attacking my bishop. I could take, but that would let him recapture with his knight. That's too easy for him, actually. He puts his rook here. All right, Alto castle. He can support the c4 push, but I'll take. I play fg6 to counter the pressure from his bishop and his queen. And in case of a take, I will certainly recapture with the knight. And now I'm going to try the minority attack with b5, b4. So not right away. I have to play rook c8, a 5. I'm going to look for the b4 push, but he put the rook in front of me. That bothers me a little. But I'm going to play b4 anyway. I'll move my queen over. It's not a big deal. Here, my goal is to weaken him on the queen side so he can't attack me on the king side the way he'd like to. I take on a3, I'm going to win the pawn on a3. He's going to play h5, h6. He's going to try to create weaknesses on my castling. I have bishop takes g3. I hadn't seen that either. Maybe I'll do it like this. By the way, with bishop takes g3. Yeah, bishop takes. Because that lets me put him in a bit of danger. His king. Maybe knight f4, that interests me. Knight to f4, that threatens. Queen takes g2. So he takes, that allows the position to be simplified a bit. Now he'll have more trouble attacking my king. My knight, what should it do? If it weren't for his knight, I could take on d4. But his knight is pinned, I could take on d4, but now he defends with the queen. So I'm going to make a little rook move here. I take the file, he still defends, he offers a queen's exchange. Okay, now I come into b3 and attack the weaknesses. He wasn't able to attack on the king side. But now I'm attacking his weaknesses, the a3 pawn, the c3 pawn. I'm going to win. The a3 pawn, I'm going to give him a little check. Again, I exchange pieces. And then what exactly am I going to do next? I truly don't know. I'll just play a move. f6, he attacks my position, but it is perfectly defended by my trusty knight. No real problem at all. I will play e5. I immediately threaten the crucial fork, and now I still very much threaten the fork, but the knight check is also a factor. He has knight check. That bothers me. He saw it. He's going to take the pawn, but I have rook h8. That's incredibly annoying. I'm absolutely going to prevent him from ever giving out any more checks. And I didn't play very well at all, I must admit. I genuinely don't have much time left now to make a difference, and it's truly going to come down to the very last moments, the critical factor of time itself. I attack c3. He checks me, he offers the exchange, I accept. He exchanges. Now he has to deal with my passed pawn. He checks me. He really wants to check me. Here he doesn't check me. He has to deal with my passed pawn, and I'm going to anchor another one here. He checks me, he checks me, he checks me. Oh, wow, 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 wow. And he lost on time. But anyway, I was better here because I had checked the knight under control, but I could also go after the g-pawn. All right, I have white. I play d4. My opponent is rated 1933 here. All right, he's going to try to pin me with bishop b4, so I ask him the question right away. He no longer has his dark squared bishop, so I need to consolidate on the light squares and attack him, the dark squares. He's attacking c3, but I can't play f3 because then there would be qh4. Now maybe I can play e3. If he takes on c3, I'm not sure he'll be able to get out. So I'm going to play e3. If he takes on c3, I come to attack and he won't be able to get out. Now he can get out. So I'm still going to defend anyway. Bishop to d3, I'm attacking his knight. I still can't chase it away because of queen h4. And on g3, he sacrifices. Then we take here. You see, it's annoying. But now that's it. He just moved back to f3 because I need to be able to play e4 to free my bishop. Knight e2, maybe play. Bishop b7. Kingside castling. I'm organizing my game. But e4, I could play it, and even if I can't play it, I'll play kd-g3. I'm going to connect my rooks before the push on e4. And now I'm going to play e4. There you go. He plays e5. He's attacking d4, but look, it's defended. I play knight g3, trying to get the f5 square. If he plays g6, he weakens his black squares. My bishop can penetrate. That could be interesting, but now I don't have much time left. I'll have to play faster. But he's starting to think. That's the good news. I'm going to play a little move like h3. It's never a bad idea to give a little escape square. If my bishop comes to e3, the knight on g4 won't be able to attack it. Now he's thinking and thinking, and I'm going to play knight f5. Now, I don't know if that's really going to bother him. The knight on d7, on the other hand, defends against knight f5. That's interesting. Okay, I'm going to play bishop to e3. I'll defend d4 well. I'm waiting for him to play g6 so I can have the h6 square. There, I wanted the dark squares. He doesn't have a bishop for the dark squares, and now he's paying the price for those dark squares. And that's it, he resigns. All right, I'm playing against a player rated 2150. He plays e4, Marc Quenehen. There we go. They really like to play the exchange variations. All right, e6, bishop to e6, and knight e7. I'm going to get my setup. There we go. And I do kingside castling. He's coming to attack me. I don't want to exchange right away. I play queen to c7. Now he's thinking, okay, he plays that. I'm going to play f6. I'm attacking his bishop. He comes back here. I'm going to bring my rook to e8 and prepare the e5 push. Actually, I could have pushed it right away. Now he's attacking d5. I'll play queen d7. If he takes, I'll recapture with the knight. If he pushes, I'll retreat the bishop and try to push e5 afterwards. So now he's going to want to play before, but I'll play e5 first. Maybe I could have played a5 to prevent him from playing b4 anyway. I kind of regret it. So he plays knight to b3. So now push e4. Now he can't play b4 anymore. The bishops are putting on pressure. All right, I'll take on f5 to play f4. I have the majority against his king. Now we're going to try to crush his rook over there. He's blocking me. That's annoying. The en passant doesn't really seem to bother him that much, actually. So maybe I'll play g5 and then f4 afterwards. All right, I'll play g5. If he takes, I push f4. That, I think, will bother him more. He doesn't take. It's actually him who's bothering me by not taking. I play h6. If it takes, I still have that shoot in f4. He's coming home. He's attacking my rock. That's really annoying. Ouch, 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 ouch. I'm going to come in and defend laterally. But he's going to switch to g5 now. Taken, yeah. I still play f4. My rook and my bishop are protecting, so he can't take. If he pulls his bishop back, maybe push to the third rank, actually, to set up fork. And I don't have much time left on the clock. So I'm glancing quickly around. So he takes here. I'm going to take his bishop. I think I can take it from him. His bishop. I'm attacking his knight now. He checks me. I go to h8. I don't have a choice. I'll try to move to g6 afterwards. What's good is that now he has less time than I do. He sacrifices on d5. What does he want to do? I don't know. Push d5, but I'm still holding the square. He pushes d5. I feel like I can take. I don't see the problem, so I take. I offer the exchange of queens. He takes. I take back. He goes there. I'll go to f7, aiming for f2. Oh no, but I can go checkmate him. I have my bishop too, which controls his square right away. All right, I have black. Now I'm playing against a player rated 1941. There we go. He plays d4, so I usually play d5. And I take on c4 if he goes for the queen's gambit. And that's what's happening. He plays e3. He's going to want to get the pawn back, so knight to f6. He recaptures the pawn, e6, and now I'm going to play c5. I'm doing to him what he did to me. He used the flank pawn to attack my center pawn. I'm using the flank pawn to attack the center pawn. The problem is it's a pretty equalizing strategy. Because if I take on d4, the point is that if he recaptures with the pawn, he'll have an isolated pawn. If he recaptures with the knight, I'll take his knight and eventually create an isolated pawn for him. But he plays bishop, b5. So this is interesting. I'm going to play bishop to d7. I don't want him to ruin my pawn structure. If he takes on c5, I'll recapture with the bishop. If he takes my knight, I'll recapture with the bishop. If he takes my queen, I'll recapture with the rook. What's interesting for me is that this player isn't playing quickly. He plays knight here, so I'm going to play bishop e7. He was waiting, maybe hoping I'd waste a move playing bishop e7 before taking on c5. And I'm going to do rook. Now he's going to take on c5 and play b4 and play bishop b2 after. Usually that's what players do. For now, he's thinking too much. For a 2-minute game, he's still thinking too much. He attacks, he thinks, but he still plays well. Queen c7, I protect my bishop to avoid structural weaknesses, and I free up the d8 square for my rook. A rook on d8, a rook on c8. He takes on c5, I recapture with the bishop, he's going to play against me. Before, that's pretty much certain. But if I play b4, I take, and then I win his knight afterwards. Now, this is interesting for me. This position, you see, I have black. It's a position where there isn't much imbalance, but I'm actually better developed. My rooks are already connected. So I'm going to put a rook on the file. See, like this. On the before push, I always have bishop takes, and then I get back at the knight. Bishop takes a, but I forgot about the a7 pawn. The file is going to open, and he's going to counterattack his a7 pawn. And now he even has the bishop in this endgame, the bishop against the knight. That's actually a good thing for him. So what am I going to do now? I'm actually going to start defending. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to defend passively, come to d5, attack b4. There you go, the knight controls. I'm going to play rook c8, both rooks on the file, and play f6 to block his bishop, give a square to my king. He's going to play bishop 6, there you go, but I'll play rook d7. He doesn't have much time left. He thought too long in the position, but his position, it is acceptable. I'm going to play rook c6. He can't really move the rook away. There are back rank mate up there. He has to be careful. And now I'm attacking twice. He actually played. I didn't even see that he played. He played rook a8. I'm going to take and then go back to d5. Try to go and bring him down. All right, I have white, and I'm going to play d4. I'm playing against a player rated 2162. So c4. Knight to c3. He's going to play bishop b4 to pin me? No, he plays c5, and usually you have to counter push with d5. Okay, let's counter push with d5. Let's play e4. I'm going to give him a little check here, you see. And if he puts the bishop on d7, I'll play a4. No, he puts the knight d7, but I'll play a4 anyway. That way on a6, I move it. I don't care, you see. And he can't play b5. That's important. He has already played knight f3. He's going to do kingside castling. All right, I'm going to do kingside castling. He's going to play rook e8 to attack e4. That's pretty much certain. No, he plays queen e7, q e7. I'm going to play king d2. My idea is to be able to come to c4 to counterattack on d6. For example, king c4 I take back, q e4 and king d6. That could be interesting. I didn't see that he could play b5. I hadn't looked closely at his move, rook b8. But fortunately, he doesn't play it. And now he's going to want to play f4. Then we take, we win. And he defends d6 with the knight. That's annoying. So we're going to have to defend. I play fd3 to defend. I don't know. Maybe that's not the best move. He comes to attack my knight. He's attacking pretty much everything here. It's tough for me. I'm going to play a5. Trying to hinder the b5 push with the en passant. He takes, I take back. He can take the knight and win the pawn. Well, he'll give me the bishop of dark square. But he prefers not to give me the coup de casse. Black, I go back to defend. Okay, I'm going to play rook to e1. And definitely bishop to f4 after that, trying to put pressure on d6. And the cherry on top would be if I could play e5. But that's going to be difficult. He's attacking here. I don't know, queen to c2. Ah, he has the d4 square. That's what he was aiming for. He's playing fast and well. So I'm going to take him here. And I'm going to play f4. He's probably going to play b4 against me. No. Here he offers to exchange pieces. Okay? He knows I'm in trouble here. He can see it clearly. A knight there. If he takes, maybe he takes them. That frees up my rook. He knows he's putting me in a tough spot. I have less time than he does. He's putting a lot of pressure on my game. I'm trying to simplify the position. He's going to recapture with the queen. He takes back, and now we're going after his d4 pawn. But he comes to attack my rook. I come to protect it, so I don't give him the file. And now I'm looking. Rook d4, rook d4. He doubles on the file. He recaptures with the rook, and we're going to try to destabilize his rook. Okay, h3. I don't have much time left. Okay, I'm going to come attack here. That loses d5. It's a disaster. It's a disaster, a disaster. Okay. I have 8 seconds. There's no way I can save this. Okay, it's completely lost for me, but... No, maybe this position is actually a draw. It might be a draw. He's going to want to get in, but I block. There, I block the opposition. The opposition, I ran out of time, but it's a draw. Because if I go in, he blocks me. I must not move back to d3 because he'll take the opposition and force me to retreat. I have to move back to c3 or e3. And as soon as he advances, I take the opposition and he's the one who has to move back. And actually, each of us will end up forcing the other to retreat. It's the same for him. He mustn't go to d6 because then I enter d4 and he'll have to give up ground to me. But he has to go to c6 or e6, and when I come in, he comes to block me. But anyway, I didn't have enough time in the game, and I have to say he put a lot of pressure on me. You see, according to the computer, we both played at 89%, but I deserved the loss because if I had played faster to avoid falling so far behind, I wouldn't have managed to hold the position. He was putting too much pressure, and I would have worsened my position. So it was still a pretty close game. Congratulations to my opponent. I hope the video was informative and above all entertaining. You can leave me likes, comments, share the video, or support the channel as usual. And we'll meet again soon for new adventures on the chessboard. Goodbye, everyone.